Okay, well, I'm so excited you guys are here. This is our Express Track to Sales Coordinator call. And if you're on this call, it means that you have goals for your business. It means that big things are to come for you. And we're super excited to help all of you work towards that highest commission level in our company, which is the sales coordinator position. This is truly the first time I've ever seen or the company has ever basically discounted a promotion. In 25 years, I talked to Kurt and he said that, in 25 years, they've never change the requirements for a sales coordinator at all, let alone make it, half the points, half the structure to get to this promotion. So it really is a charge to you guys to seize the day. Carpe diem. Now is the time. This is the month. We have until March 31st. Qualifiers Day will be the next day. Let me check and see if March 31st falls on what day it falls on. It falls on a Sunday, so Qualifiers Day will be April 1st. But we want to finish by March 31st, so we're not scrambling on Qualifiers Day. So that's the first thing to know. Just know that this is the first time they've done it. We don't know if they will ever do it again. And so you guys are perfectly positioned, whether you just got into our company or you're a VF in our company, you're perfectly positioned to take full advantage of the marketing plan. Even if you don't have your sight set on SSC or NMD, or maybe you don't want a full-time income with this business, it just makes sense to try to get your business to the place where you can make the most money back for what you're already doing. You're already sharing Juice Plus, you're already taking the products, might as well get that 22% commission. And the great thing about this particular Express Track is that not only do you get the 22% commission, but you're getting so much more in bonuses than they have given in the past. So kind of just like one fell swoop, get it done. And our hope tonight is just to encourage you that number one, you can do it. Number two, it's worth it. And number three, just for you to know that it's possible and you're not alone as you're going through this journey. Everyone on this chat or on this call is going towards the same goal or sponsoring and helping someone go to that same goal. Some people have already been to this goal, and we're going to talk to some of those folks tonight who have already made their Express Track. So we just want to encourage you and let you know that we have the tools. Now is the time, and we're excited to help you guys get there. So one key strategy that I wanted to share with you guys, and we have heard it over the last probably couple of weeks on our team calls, and I just wanted to bring it to the spotlight for a second, is really sharing the HLP with everyone. So many times representatives will prejudge people, whether you think, oh, this person can't afford Juice Plus, or this person has a lot of money, so they would never want to do the business. It's so easy for us to think, this person, doesn't need it, or this person wouldn't want it, but we're not that person. We don't know the ins and outs of their life. We can't prejudge if they really need this, or if this is the perfect timing for them, or if they are looking for something in their life. And, I think that we do ourselves a disservice when we don't share the business, even, at an HLP level with every single person. I know it seems so much more comfortable in the beginning to start with the products, because you're like, oh, fruits and vegetables, and they're so great. And it's kind of soft, and it's kind of, duh, everyone needs fruits and vegetables. But ultimately, so many more people than we think need a business. So many more families, if they had $500 a month, could, start to get out of debt, could have more freedom in their lives, could make changes in their family that could really help them. And so you don't know. And so I just encourage you and charge you not to prejudge. And I know that sometimes conversations naturally start with a business, but there's always an opportunity when you are asking for their order to say, hey, there's a couple ways to get started with our company. Number one, you can just be my customer. Number two, you can be my customer and do our family health study. Number three, you can do our healthy living plan. And if it were me, that's what I would do. I think it makes the most sense for you because of X. Maybe it's because they have a large family. Maybe it's because they're getting lots of products. Maybe it's because they you know that it's smart to offset your costs, like whatever the reason, and just making sure everyone has that opportunity. But I think even more so than that, we need to be more bold in starting out with the business. Who do you want to work with? Who do you enjoy spending time with? Who do you know who gets things done? Who do you know that is a people person, who has a large family, who is involved in a lot of things? Because people who are already doing a lot are typically the ones who do good at this business, because you are naturally in front of people and you're not afraid to talk to people. And so just encourage you guys to share the business, because everywhere you want to go, whether it's SC or NMD, it requires you to have team. And I wish that I could go back 9 years, and I wish that I would have learned this when I started. It took me a long time, Casey knows, for me to lead with the business. And I know we all have our own journeys, and I'm thankful for my journey, but I just know that I could have impacted even more lives if I would have started that years ago. So learn from our mistakes, share the business, and know that not everyone's going to say yes to the business, and that is okay. We actually don't even want every single person to say yes. We want some people to be our customers. We don't want to work with some people. That's the beauty of this business. You get to pick who you want to work with, but just know that it's just kind and the right thing to do to offer everyone the potential to get their money back, or the potential if it's someone that you see potential in, or if it's someone, that is interested in the products. They need to know that there is an amazing company, there's an amazing business, and there's an amazing team behind the products that they're getting. So with that, I'm going to pause, and I'm going to have Casey Elmore, QNMD on our team, introduce one of her teammates who was the first Express Tracker on our team, and have her share a couple of insights with us that I kind of gave her earlier to think about.
Hey everybody, super pumped to be on here and for all of you guys reaching for your goals. And this is an amazing month, and we are rallying behind you. And so I do want to introduce Lindsay Fletcher. Lindsay, you still show, I don't know why I still want to say Lindsay Fletcher, Lindsay Lowry. The reason why I want to call her Lindsay Fletcher is because she and Jesse, my husband, are BFFs from way back in the day. And so I am so fortunate that because I married such a wonderful person, that I got to meet such a wonderful person and get to partner with her. And so she is an amazing mama of one who stepped away from teaching and is building this business so that it will allow her to stay home and have that flexibility to be that fully present mama for her little ones. So Lindsay, I'm going to turn it over to you to share, the things that we talked a little bit about earlier. Ultimately, we'd love to hear, what you feel like, what has helped you most, what you found to work for a DMO, a daily method of operation every day, and what's been your biggest lesson along this journey.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Casey. Thanks, Michelle. Yeah, my name is Lindsay. I'm here in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I started the business about 6 months ago. The product's a lot longer than that, so it took me a little while. But I think the biggest thing for me is that I finally realized and embraced the system, the system that our mentors have already put in place and have already lived through and seen success in, because my background is not in sales, it's in teaching. So I'm used to people saying, yes, ma'am, I will do whatever you want. And so getting no's and not interested and things like that kind of seemed personal to me. And I was in my own head a lot about why. And so to me, just kind of realizing that there are so many people out there that really need to hear about this. and I wanted to share it with them. So I really committed to being consistent, committed to reaching out. I really didn't have a set number every day to reach out, but I have a list, and my list is really, really long. So I would just look at my list, and I would look at social media and really see how I can connect with those people, or who on social media was saying, I need more time freedom, or I need more health freedom. And then I would always go to Casey. Poor Casey's Voxer was blowing up with me because I wanted to make sure that I was being consistent with them on how I would approach them and what would be the best way to approach them. And then I would reach out and then follow up. The follow-up was really big for me. And I'm really realizing that now that, you know, the Juice Plus products have a compounding effect, but so does the business. So my last 5 customers I had reached out to in October. And now in February, they just realized that, or not just realized, they finally committed to the products. And it's because I had been following up with them, talking with them, being consistent on social media, showing that this is real, this is really working in my life, this is working in other people's lives. So it's kind of coming back around full circle. So being consistent in reaching out, following up, being present on social media, and another thing I feel like really helped me is that I've only been in Knoxville 6 months. So I didn't know anybody here when we moved. And I literally jumped right into Juice Plus events here in Knoxville. I mean, I signed up for the business, and the next day Casey was like, hey, Linz, there's an event going on. You should just show up and go to it. I'm like, okay. She's like, yeah, you should just go and introduce yourself. And I'm like, okay, all right, I will. All right, I'm going to do it. And I did. And they've really kind of embraced me here, even though I'm a sideline team. They've just open arms, embraced me. And now I've been to so many events that now when I do my own events, I just did an event on Sunday, I felt really confident because I've learned so much that now I feel like I can talk about the product and the business with confidence. So I think really embracing live events is really important and something that has really helped me too. Yeah, just embracing the system, listening to your mentors. Don't be afraid to reach out to them. I'm not, and she hasn't kicked me off her team yet. And I just mean sales coordinator. So
we love it when our Voxer's blowing up. It's all good. We love it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Lindsay, for those great nuggets, and congratulations again on your success and just, you know, getting to that top commission level. That's such a great accomplishment in our business. Okay, we're going to transition. I'm going to share my screen. There's a 5-minute video I think you guys will find really helpful that just came out today by our leader, Kurt Beavers. You can't tell, I really like what he has to say. So let me get it pulled up. Okay. Share my screen. Okay, here we go.
Are you an existing VF trying to make sales coordinator during our Express Sales Coordinator program right now? Let me tell you something. It's going to be really easy. You've got almost the entire month of March left. And here's what you need to do. You need to think outside the box a little bit, okay? So normally to make sales coordinator, you have to do 8,000 P points in 6 months, okay? Right now, that's not true. Right now, you only need to do an additional 3,000 PVC points January through March. If you were an existing VF at the beginning of the year, it's really simple what you have to do. You need to have 5 customers total during that time period, and you need to help one person make VF, and you need to have 2 direct distributor legs, okay? If you already have any of these, that's great. Those legs count, but at least one of your direct distributor legs must be a new HLP during this 90-day period, okay? So let's look at this. In order to have that new frontline VF, you're going to sponsor someone who does HLP, and you're going to help them influence 3 people to do an HLP. And you're either going to already have an existing direct distributor leg here, or you're going to have to help 2 people make HLP. And let's think about this a minute, because it's really, really very simple. That HLP is nothing more than somebody on a trio and them helping 2 people get on a trio. Think about how easy that could be. That could be a mom sponsoring one of their children and a grandmom sponsoring the other child, and them just finding one more person to share this amazing product with, and you have an HLP. It's very, very simple to create an HLP literally with 4 or 5 phone calls in one day, okay? So in order for you to make sales coordinator, you need to have that type of conversation once, and then you help your new person do it 3 times. That's 4, and you create 1 new frontline HLP, okay? So you need to help 5 people total. If you don't have a VF leg under you yet, help 5 people get on this product in the most absolutely amazing way possible, where they're getting it at the best price for their family. They're sharing it with 2 people. They're getting $100 back, and they're getting a 6% discount on their product forever, okay? This is really doable. I hate to see anybody that's in the business right now that's at VF not take advantage of this. Even if you haven't thought about it at all, you're probably in position to make sales coordinator if you just learned how to create 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 new HLPs, okay? And your 5 customers, they can be Omega customers, complete customers, any kind of new customer. It doesn't have to meet any certain volume requirements, just 5 new customers. You can do that in the next 3.5 weeks, but you have to decide you want to do it. I've never seen the company offer such a discounted program to get the sales coordinator. We have so many new HLPs in the pipeline, they had to continue to give them an express track. And those of you that were somewhat stuck at VF and didn't make sales coordinator doing the 8,000, you're getting the advantage of just being present in this window when we have so many new people coming on board that you can take advantage of this opportunity too. So over the next 3.5 weeks, buckle down and do this. It's really a mindset. You have to decide and make up your mind that you want to do this, because creating these HLPs is not difficult. Think about how many people around you right now that you've heard about have the flu or dealing with the flu. They need a stronger immune system. Share Juice Plus with them. How many people do they know that have been around them that have the flu? They can share it with 2 people. This is a doable deal. And don't forget, some of your HLPs, did you know a Tower Garden is over 300 PVC points? If they get lights or tomato cage or a dolly, you're close to 500 PVC points. So you can help people reach HLP very quickly if you bring Tower Gardens into play too. And it's spring. It's about to be gardening season. Everybody's thinking about gardening and planting and flowers and spring. And just today we sold 2 Tower Gardens. So you really need to be thinking about this, because it's just a matter of you getting your mindset together and coming up with a strategy. Because anybody in this company that's a VF right now, or was a VF at the beginning of the year, you can make sales coordinator this month and you will permanently be at the 22% commission level. You do not have to requalify again. Let's don't miss this opportunity. Let's take advantage of it, and let's get everybody to sales coordinator by the end of March, okay?
Okay. Let's do it. Okay, so that was kind of breaking it down. We do have 3.5 weeks left, and that is 26 days to be exact, 27 if you count qualifiers day. And I just did some math. If you talk to 2 people a day, you would have 52 conversations. If you talk to 3 people a day, you'd have 78 conversations in the month of March. If I were doing it, I would front load those conversations. I wouldn't do 2 a day, because the people you talk to March 30th, 31st, you know, they don't have much time to turn around to think about it, look at their budget, et cetera. So you really want to have the bulk of those 50, 70, however many conversations in the next 10 to 14 days. So March 6th through 16th or 20th, like that needs to be your window for having these conversations. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'm going to introduce our second Team Express Track 2 sales coordinator, Caitlin, who is on the call. She lives in Colorado. She's a mom to 2 boys, and she just finished up her Express Track. And I have asked her the same questions as Lindsay. I want you, Caitlin, to share one thing that's helped you the most on this journey, your DMO, kind of roughly, and then the biggest lesson that you learned.
All right. Thanks for introducing me. I'm so excited to see all these faces on here, because this is such an amazing opportunity. And I can tell you, you know, when you have the mindset and you reach it, it's such an amazing feeling. And I'm so excited to keep watching more people reach that goal. So see, the thing that helped me the most, I definitely embraced the HLP. I was certainly not doing that as much as I should have before. And I definitely saw the power of sharing the HLP. And I used a lot of Kurt Beaver's, his kind of verbiage that you shared with us recently about kind of just giving the options once someone says, you know, that they're interested, that these are the different options. And getting Juice Plus discounted for your family, I think is, you know, a really great option, especially if multiple people are going to buy it. And I just want to get you the best price and, you know, that kind of deal. So I think before I kind of talked a lot about the business, and I noticed that I think it was more intimidating for people to take on a business. And so I felt like I reached more people, or at least had the door open with more people when I kind of talked about it, at least just starting out as the HLP. So definitely, you know, leading with the business and sharing more of those conversations. And I think the other thing that was, you know, really key for me is same thing. I was blowing up Nicole's Voxer. So we definitely had a, you know, just constant conversation, even stuff that I knew, you know, maybe I necessarily didn't have to run by her, but it was an accountability for me to be able to say, these are the people I reached out to today, because I definitely was trying to front load my conversations and just talk to more people so that she could, you know, ask me questions about them and hold me accountable. And, you know, if I forgot to do a follow-up on someone, I knew that I'd at least put it in the Voxer and I could go back and see that too. So accountability-wise, I think that was really helpful. Let's see, a daily method of operation. You know, I was definitely really consistent with social media. I found that to be really helpful in, you know, starting new conversations and kind of just seeing who was out there and what they were talking about, in a lot of flu conversations. And you see different things like that create really good opportunities. But also had multiple people just reaching out to me because I just was really consistent with posting and Instagram stories and that kind of a deal. So it's always nice when people come to you too, you know, because then you kind of know that they're already curious, which is really great. So I always did a social media post, typically in the mornings, but, you know, at least once a day. And same type of deal. I didn't really have a number either of people I wanted to reach out to daily, but I did try to front load my conversations because I was worried about meeting it by the end of March. And so, I mean, I guess it just goes to show the number of people you talk to. I can't believe that we got it all done by the beginning of March. So, yeah, so definitely, you know, I worked off my memory jogger list. I reached back around to people who I had started conversations with. Maybe it was like, you know, just they kind of ghosted you, or it just wasn't the right timing. And I tried a lot of verbiage of that we have on, let's see, I think it was on, I can't remember what site, which one it was on, plantstronglife.org, or if it was in our Facebook group. But I used the verbiage of, you know, I know timing is everything. And, you know, I'm just going to throw this back out there because I know you're really, really interested. And if this isn't, you know, a good time, let me know. But if it is, I would love to, you know, bring this up again, or that kind of a deal. And it was helpful I think because a lot of the conversations I had started before had kind of, moved back through, and same type of deal. There were people that I'd been talking to for 6 months that all of a sudden, I just brought that back up and basically just asked them, like, are you ready? And, was bold enough to just say, let's do this. And I was shocked at the number of people that were like, okay, yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it. So definitely, those conversations for sure come back around. And just really good follow-up and, consistent conversations, I think those were the biggest things with my DMO. And then, obviously talking with my upline and the Voxer and doing connection calls were definitely really helpful. And biggest lesson, I've heard a lot that, the more conversations that you have, the less connected you are to the outcome. And the more that I think that shows, it doesn't feel like you're kind of like pressing someone. You're having a ton of conversations. So I think that comes across to people. So I feel like I definitely noticed that just in kind of more of the ease that I had talking about it. And I would imagine that probably came across in my conversations. And then the other biggest lesson was I was looking at, multiple different reports and multiple different numbers and crunching my numbers and crunching, a few people I was trying to get to HLP. And I totally overlooked like a major, thing with one of my gals. And we were down to the wire with corporate. We're down to the wire with corporate, and we ended up having to backdate some stuff. And so I would just say, with there's so many things you're working on, triple check everything, slow down, look at your reports, ask your upline to double check, and just make sure that there's nothing that you're missing, because it's super easy to do that. So that would definitely be a good lesson for me.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Caitlin, for sharing. That was really insightful. I think you're spot on as far as consistency. When you're consistent, you get results. It's just like working out. If you are consistent with working out, you get results. If you're consistent with eating clean, you get results. Like if you're consistent with taking Juice Plus, you get results. So follow-up is the same. And you're right, It is all about timing. So one other topic that I want to share, and you guys Lindsay really touched on this, is events. So if I were going for it and I was needing more team, I was needing more customers, I would do 4 events between March 6th and March 16th. The reason, it might sound a little crazy, but the reason being that gives you 2 full weeks to do the follow-up and to get people on board. You can do anything for 10 days. We say that on the shred. March 6th to 16th is 10 days. And honestly, like if you could really buckle down and get these conversations going and do events in 10 days, you're going to be able to reap the benefits for life, because like Kurt said, you get the 22% for life. I mean, that's going to be thousands and thousands of dollars down the road. So here's what I would do. I would have my sponsor do one online event for me, for my business, for my invites. I would do one in-home event or in-person event for my own business. I would do one event for a teammate and another event for a teammate. So I would have 4 events, and the teammate events can be online or in person. But that's what I would do. I would do 4 events. I would ask all of my customers if they would allow me to host a Facebook or Zoom event for them. And I would just say like, hey, I'm working on a big goal. I know you're happy with your Juice Plus or you're excited about it. Can we share it with your friends? I would love to just give them some of the education that you got from me and see if any of them are interested. And so that way you're widening your circle of people that you can talk to. And then I would also go back to all of my customers and offer them the HLP and say, hey, I know you just started on Juice Plus, or I know you've been on Juice Plus for 6 months. I would love to share with you our healthy living plan and how you can get Juice Plus for the best price long term. So that's what I would do in the next 10 days personally if I were going for this goal. So speaking of events, I'm going to turn over to Casey, and she's going to introduce some special people that we have on our call tonight.
Hey guys, so I am super pumped to share a new Fast Track VF Power Couple Devin and Tim Vance. They reside here in our area, and Jesse and I have known them for a while, and we just love them and are grateful that they've said yes to joining this mission. And I wanted to ask you guys, so this is cool. They fast tracked in the month of February, and they're getting started calls. So our launch for their business wasn't until February 10th. So we didn't even start planning for their business until February 10th. So when it came to you guys starting strong, what would you say the importance of events was for you and your growing team? I think, Michelle, you have to unmute them.
Okay, can you hear us? Yeah. So the two biggest events that we did a Facebook party and then we did a Zoom call. But it's important to do both and as many events as you can, because our Facebook party was like basically a bust, and I was like really discouraged. We invited like 50 people between the two of us, and there was only about like 12 or so people said that they would go. And then we had like 2 people that were like actively a part of the Facebook event. So,
which both of them ended up buying stuff.
Yeah, so. Luckily those 2 people are now happy customers. But then the Zoom call is kind of where we kind of hit our 2,000 plus, basically. Like we had a lot of close family and friends, and that helped also finding our teammate. That was a huge thing. Our teammate we worked on her once we said yes, we turned and found our teammate really quickly. Yeah. And that was key, because she was huge as far as towards the end. I know, like the last week, it was the Tuesday before, it was last Tuesday, probably, yeah, a week ago. I was like, I don't think we're going to do it. This is not possible. I don't see it happening. And then Crystal had an event, and her event, like that's what she had, a Zoom call, and hers was like kind of the opposite of mine. We had totally flip-flop. Like my Facebook event was a flop. Hers was phenomenal, which is
still
closing out today, essentially. So I really have no doubt that she will get her 2,000 plus here soon, if not by I don't know, in the next week or 2. Probably, yeah. But I'm so sidetracked.
You're just so elated because
I know. I was like, I lost it.
Well, I think I can just really speak to the fact that you guys, it's exactly that. Like those first 2 events were just crucial for you, and these first 2 events were crucial for Crystal, because her Zoom call wasn't as great as y'all's Zoom call, but her Facebook event was better than your event. So it's
right. Her Facebook event has been awesome. And yeah,
I think too many people on ours. It was Valentine's Day, so we're gonna put the blame on that. Too much.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the timing of some of these events, but regardless, the events are key, and then the follow-ups are even more obviously important. That's what I'm learning. I need to be a little more consistent with my follow-ups. I working a lot, but I gotta just chug along if this is what we're gonna do.
It's totally worth it. It's totally worth it. And I love what you said, is that you guys signed up and you turned around and you found your teammate. Like if I could like tell every single person on our team one thing, like that is the thing. Like if they want to go far, if they want to get to SC, like they need to go be a teammate and find a teammate, because Jay Martin, our president of our company, says like, this is a buddy business. You need to find your buddy. In order to be successful, everyone needs a buddy. And then Crystal's going to find a buddy. And you know what I mean? Like we all find a buddy and we're better together. So that's phenomenal. You guys have so much wisdom beyond your like less than a month into this business, which is incredible. I guess you did your 2,000 in like 18 days or something.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I would say both you and Casey helped a lot too that last week, just like keeping us motivated and just staying with it.
We were really discouraged. And then the next day it was like totally changed my mindset. And
Yeah.
Just finish strong.
It's normal. It's kind of like a roller coaster, you know. We're trying to bring you up, you know. We're like, put your hands up. It's going to be okay.
Right. Which is crazy because I was just gonna say, which is crazy because as like coaches and athletes, we should know like never give up and all this stuff. So we know that just march on and.
Yes. I remember you guys were like, oh, I don't think it's going to happen. And me and Casey are boxing on the side like, oh, it's happening. It is So you just never know what we're doing in the background. Guys, thank you for sharing your wisdom, and congratulations on your 2000 and soon to be sales coordinator promotion. I'm going to wrap up just telling you guys about another event you can invite to tomorrow. We have our Mama Strong business calls every Wednesday. Casey's going to be speaking with 2 other awesome rock star mamas in our business. So that's going to be 8 o'clock Central, right, Casey? It's evening, yeah, 8 o'clock Central. And the cool thing is, get into the Mama Strong Movement Facebook group. Get your prospects in that group, because even if they can't get on Zoom, we're doing Zoom to live video now. So all of those Mama Strong calls are going to be on Facebook Live in that group. So it makes it a lot easier for people to get on and watch. So that's important. That's something you can immediately tonight or in the morning start inviting to. And if they miss it, you know, just tag them on the live video later in the Facebook page. And then the other thing I wanted to share is this is the time, like if the pedals to the metal this month, you know, there are things that you can do to encourage people that now is the time. So you can offer incentives with your upline, get with your upline and help figure out like, what are some things that I can do to encourage people to say yes now? So whether that's offering some samples or shaker bottles or $10, you know, Amazon gift cards, like there's ways to encourage people who are on the fence that now is the time, you know, because you can, and a lot of times you can say like, hey, if they're friends, like I'm working on a big goal. If you are wanting to go ahead and start Juice Plus regardless, like, is there a way for you to do it now? Like it would really help me. Sometimes just being honest and vulnerable with your family and friends is a great way to get them on board supporting you. Because a lot of people will do things to help you versus help themselves. You know, they're like, oh, I want to help Michelle reach her goal. Like, even though they're like not as motivated to help their own health get better right at that moment, you know? So that's a big tip. And then you can also do the same thing with trying to find new representatives. One thing that I like to do is say, hey, if you want to sign up for our healthy living plan or HLP business, whatever, if you do it and we help you get 2 other orders this month, or 3 if they're an existing customer, I will reimburse half of your startup cost, half of your membership cost. And so that would be like a $25 discount on 50% discount on their membership. So I would just send them a check or Venmo them $25 after they get their HLP. I don't do it just for them to join. I do it once they join and do the work to get a couple customers, which is what's going to help you get your Express Track. So that's all I have, you guys. I hope this was really helpful for you. I'm going to give us 1 minute. Does anyone have a burning question before we all go to bed? Any burning questions?
You might have to unmute everybody.
Oh, really?
I couldn't get myself unmuted earlier.
Anybody have a burning question? Okay, well, there's going to be 11 new Express Tracks. I mean, or actually 10, because me and Casey are on here. 10 Express Tracks to sales coordinator. So we're proud of you guys. We're so grateful that you're on our team, and we're excited to kick some major booty with you guys in there. Have a good night. Bye.